and welcome to Lunchtime Detroit Lions Talk. We're brought to you by Lions Nation Unite. Man, what a show we got for you today. And it's the final game preview of the season. Whew, finally here. Lions aren't going on to the playoffs, so we're going to do one last game preview. And Coach Mike is going to ask the question, how much will it mean for the Lions to beat the Packers on Sunday? My man LL got you covered on the pregame for the defense. Kurt's still gonna take the offense, but before we get to all that, I gotta introduce the crew. Y'all know him, man. He said his bed is warm, but that's because he's got an air cooler under the bottom because he's so cool, man. My man LL Cool. What's up, my dude?
What's up, Prowl Nation, and good morning.
And y'all know who it is, man. Big man on campus, you know what I'm saying? He's our resident D lineman. My man, who?
Coach Jones. Who is Coach Mike Jones? What's going on, Lion fans?
Let's get this thing started.
Right now.
Let go.
It's Detroit Lions talk, baby.
We're going to get up, and on the way up, we're going to bite a kneecap off.
Yes, sir. We in the deep. All right, welcome back to the show, people. Now it's time for my dude to talk ish and tell us what it means for the Lions to beat the Packers on Sunday, because we always FTP right here on Detroit Lions of the Prowl. Yeah. Who?
It's Coach Jones, and I know people are like, this is such a Lions thing to do, to go and beat the Green Bay Packers in the season finale. But is it? The Detroit Lions have an opportunity on Sunday to do something that hasn't been done in more than 25 years. Okay? Yes, Brad Holmes and MCDC have an opportunity to pop not one, but two teams with 10 or more victories in the regular season. Now, I had to do a lot of research for this, which is hard because typically the Lions toward the end of the season falter. I had to look all the way back as far as 1991 when I was 8 years old. Okay, the Detroit Lions beat then the 13-2 Buffalo Bills in Week 17, 17-14 in overtime. Just a few weeks before that, the Detroit Lions beat the then 9-4 Chicago Bears. So if you think about it, it's been even longer than that since the Detroit Lions have beat two teams with double-digit victories in the same regular season. Hey, and what better selling point to new players coming into a rebuilding organization to say, hey, in Week 15, we beat 10-3 Arizona Cardinals. And in Week 18, we beat the 13-3 Green Bay Packers. That, my friends, is the best way to head into the offseason, by beating two teams record-wise that were ranked number one in the NFL towards the end of the season, not the beginning of the season. Y'all know what it is. What do y'all have to say about that?
Wow, that's an amazing stat. I hope we can do that. I mean, that's 30 years. My daughter was born in 91. That's I'm showing my age, but man, absolutely. And I just want to beat the Packers because I just don't like them motherfuckers. But it's the Packers. But
Me too.
But that would be an astounding accomplishment, and it really sets the tone into what the coaching staff and what the administration wants to happen going into the next season. You set a precedence for maybe some of those mid-tier free agents to take a look at the Lions and say, hey, they're building something good there. They have a good culture. They've changed the way that you look at the Lions. If you even look at from the beginning of the season until the end of the season, the narrative around the Lions has changed. Some toxic Lions fans are going to be still, or just fans that just don't like the Lions. You're still going to have the same things to say, same with Lions or blah. But even in the national media, the narrative around the culture of the Detroit Lions, they're saying, hey, once those guys get some more talent on their roster, they're going to be really good. So they're giving you the watch out. So I like what you got, LL, about if the Lions can pull off this tremendous feat on Sunday.
Well, number one and most resounding is FTP. to the end. But I think that it's exactly what Mike said, and you kind of alluded to. I think it's kind of like the most Lions thing to do. I mention it all the time. A couple of years ago, I think it was the year we ended up drafting Hockenson. If we had lost that game, and I know how y'all feel about losing games on purpose or however it goes, but if we had lost that game, we were getting. I think before I said a top 3 pick, we were guaranteed a top 5 pick, as good as number 3, as worse as number 5. But, we ended up going out and beating the Green Bay Packers in historic fashion and fell back to 8th and ended up getting Hockenson. So maybe we get another one of those. We go out there with all of the whatever's against us. I'm not really sure how much their starters are going to play. I know they've been talking junk, whatever it is. And maybe they want to go out on the bang by beating us for some strange reason. But I think even if they do try and beat us, I think it's going to be a good game. I think we'll probably come out on top. But what it means to beat the Packers,
right?
It means a lot. At the end of the season, it means a lot. It don't mean much, to the grand scheme of things, but it means much to us for what my man Curt alluded to is momentum going into the next year, and it's proving that, hey, we ain't scared of you guys.
Right on. Hey, if you like this content, subscribe to the channel. Share the videos, like the videos, and help us get this content out to more Lion fans like yourself. And the family discussion topic for today is, how much will it mean for the Lions to beat the Green Bay Packers? Some of us have different takes on it, man. Just let us know, man. Leave a comment in the comment section and just let us know what you think, man, and how you feel about that whole situation. What you got, Curt?
Hey, definitely, you know what it is. Hey, we on that march to 4,000. So get on the bus, Gus. Get on the train, Wayne. Get on the ride, Clyde, and go over there and join the channel. Hit the subscribe button. Like I always tell you, baby, it's free. It's free. And if you need more free, it's free 99 and 50 free cent. That means you ain't got to pay nothing to click that subscribe button. And go ahead and share the video and like that thing. And you can go over and check us out on Lions Nation Unite. Hey, it's your ultimate virtual hangout for Detroit Lions fans. You can even watch this content right over there. If you don't want to leave your, that app to go watch YouTube, you can click on that button and watch it right there inside the app. So go over, check us out at Lions Nation Unite. Now it is time for us to go ahead and get into the game preview for this week. One last go around. Nah, man, LL Cool Tones is going to take a look at the defensive outlook versus those Acme Packers coming from Green Bay. What you got, my dude?
Thank you for that intro, Curt. Of course, leading it off, FTP. But we're gonna just take a quick look at the numbers. They give up 26 points a game. We give up 18 points a game. We're only scoring. Well, I'm sorry. We give up 27 points a game. We're only scoring 18. And they're only giving up 20 points a game. They're scoring 26.3. Sorry about that. Passing yards, they're only allowing 231 passing yards and 109.8 rushing yards. It's a division foe, so you kind of can throw all those numbers out. I honestly think it's just going to be one of those. It could go either way. It could be a real tough fought game, how it was in the first half of the first game this year. When we actually, I think we were either tied or on top, right? Like 14, or 14, whatever it was. I know it was a real tight contested game. Or it could be, a more entertaining game where it may be a couple bombs dropped on both sides. Maybe a little bit more high scoring. Defensively, I expect our defensive line to do what they got to do. It's been a lot of Levi Onwuzurike names and headlines saying that, a lot of people are low on him, but we're not. So maybe this is a good game for him to step up and, show what he can do. They may have some guys coming back, and that's what I honestly think why they may be going out there just to get some game flow for him. They were saying that David Bakhtiari might come back. If he does, let's show him that he might should have sat down a little bit longer. He might should have waited until the first game of the playoff. Let's go out there and do what we need to do to beat these Packers up. Let's let J.O. loose. Let's get back to how we looked as strong as we did this year. Let's put it all up in the 4 straight quarters on defense. Go out there, beat him up. Aaron Rodgers, when he fall down, his collarbone like to get hurt sometimes. I'm not calling for an injury, but maybe, you know what I'm saying? Let's just go out there and do what's necessary, man. Go out there, step on people, bite on kneecaps, and let's beat them Packers.
Yeah, man. I understand That 100%. Hey, it's the new year, new you, and they have a 65% sale going on select items over at fanatics.com. So go over and check it out, man. The link is in the description. A small portion of the proceeds from that link go to help us grow the content on this channel. So go over and check it out, fanatics.com. You got all the gear you need for all the sports you like over at fanatics.com. But that was time for me to take a look at the offensive side of the ball, man. Whew. You just fall down and break a collarbone. Literally, I'm loving that. Let's take a look at the Lions offense. The Lions offense is going up against a Packers defense that is expected to rest several players on Sunday. Green Bay gives up over 100 yards on the ground per game, so this needs to be the point of emphasis for the Lions offensive attack. Doing this also depends on if the Lions can get back their two starting offensive tackles, Taylor Decker and Penei Sewell, from the reserve COVID list for the game on Sunday. Whoever is the quarterback, because we know Jared Goff is still banged up, but he is practicing, the Lions can find success using play action passes in dead spots of the Packers zone defense. And, Amon-Ra St. Brown is good at that. So playing with a consistent pace will help the Lions control the clock and keep that Packers offense on the bench. Dan Campbell can solidify himself as a solid play caller if the Lions can pull off that upset on Sunday. Dan Campbell said he is not, he said he can be a pretty good play caller, but he's not putting his stamp on it where he's going to go further and do that in the future. But I'm liking the way that his direction of play calling is going. I think he's kind of being that Andy Reid type. Not saying comparing him to Andy Reid, because no, he's not Andy Reid. Please don't try to kill me in the comments because I said that comparison. But what I'm saying is that Andy Reid is a head coach that has an offensive coordinator and he calls the plays. So Eric Bieniemy is the offensive coordinator, but Andy Reid calls the offensive plays. So that's what I'm saying. So Anthony Lynn is the offensive coordinator. Dan Campbell calls the plays. That's all I'm saying. If you can do that and you can find a good offensive coordinator that takes that role, what his thing is, hey, it's my plays. I don't have to call them just to to have success. And that's not a slight on Anthony Lynn or Eric Bieniemy. It means their systems are working. It's just the head coach is in charge. Same thing goes over there, and people don't really realize it in New England. On the defensive side of the ball, yes, Matt Patricia was the defensive coordinator, but who called the defense? Bill Belichick. He wasn't even close. Belichick doesn't call the offense, but he calls that defense because guess what? At the end of the day, Bill Belichick was a defensive-minded coach. He was a defensive coordinator. So guess what? He's going to call the defense that he wants.
Do you ever see his son out there on the sideline looking crazy?
Belichick's son?
Yeah, Steve. I think it's Steve Belichick. He always it's one of his. He always out there making weird faces.
Yeah, it's those guys are strange animals anyway.
They different.
Yeah, they real different. But I look at this offense. I look at the offensive attack. You stay out that that they got that one cornerback that plays pretty good, but he's not attackable. You know what I'm saying, down the field with Josh Reynolds. They still give up big plays in the passing game. You can run the ball on those guys. So if you look at them like head to head, like the yardage that that they give up is similar to us. So we can attack their defense. So I mean, we're talking about 10 yards, 5 yards between what we give up, except for on the ground. That we give up about 20 yards more on the ground, but they do give up over 100 yards rushing per game, and we can use that as a focal point to go ahead and attack that defense. And if we can do that, open up the play action pass for either Goff or Tim Boyle, we can attack this defense. But I look at it as one last hurrah. I think Dan Campbell's going to put out all the stops. I think they're going to do everything in their power to give the fans at Ford Field a good parting gift for the end of the season. So I hope so, and it's going to be fun to watch. Right. This has been a fun season to watch. Just for we know their record, but it has been an entertaining season. And I said that at the beginning of the year. I said they're not going to win a lot of games, but they're going to be fun to watch. And Dan Campbell and company has proved me right in that aspect.
You and Jim, man, y'all was on it, man. Y'all was like, man, it's going to be fun to watch them this year, even though we probably not going to win that many games, just to see how the coaching is, how the player coaches react, and all of that, man. Y'all hit the nail on the head with that, man.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you know, it's one of those things, man. We was we were kind of in concert on that thing from different angles, but we know we had a consensus of what we thought the season was going to look like. All right, so now it's time to talk about the injury report, baby. It's time to get on that. Choo choo. It's time for the pain train, baby, to see who's gonna be out or in, most likely for the upcoming game on Sunday. First up for the Detroit Lions, Jason Kambenda did not practice yesterday with a knee injury. He was out. Michael Brockers had a neck injury, man. You need to go see that masseuse, man, but don't talk to Deshaun Watson. Go to a reputable one. Okay, but he was limited with the neck yesterday. Jared Goff, he was limited with the knee yesterday as well. Jonah Jackson showed up on the injury report. I guess he must have been doing his rock imitation because the people elbow limited him yesterday in practice. Jalen Reeves Maven, you know what I'm saying? He was getting that Soldier Boy on, or he was doing the shoulder lean a little too hard, and he was limited yesterday already, you know what I'm saying? And Brock Wright, you know what I'm saying? He was stanky legging it too much over the weekend, and that groin got to acting up on him. He was limited in practice yesterday. So those are your Lions injuries for the final game of the season for that pain train on Wednesday. My man LL, hit me up with the Packers. Who is on that pain train for those guys?
I really want to see Brock Wright do the stanky leg now. hopefully not just detriment and aggravate their injury, but I really want to see that now. But the pain train for the Packers this week is limited in practice. Like I said before, David Bakhtiari was limited with the knee. Devondre Campbell, linebacker, was out with an elbow. Tight end Dominique Daphne was out limited with the ankle, and running back Aaron Jones was limited in practice with a knee. Those that did not practice was Kingsley Keke on the on the defensive line he was out with an illness, and popping up on this injury report did not practice was Aaron Rodgers with COVID toe.
Not the COVID toe. Yeah. Man, you know that it's going to be interesting to see who they hold out of this game. I don't think everyone's going to play. They're talking about it, but my thing is, why would Aaron Rodgers play? And he's been nursing that toe injury all season long. Why you're already locked up the number one seed? Winning this game does nothing for the Green Bay Packers.
No.
Nothing.
Except for if they just want to, stick us in the side. It's like one last thing. You seen when he scored a touchdown on the Bears, he was yelling at somebody in the crowd, "I own you."
I still own
you. So he feels some kind of way, and that's why we need to let Trick play on Sunday. If you're familiar, we know.
So, hey, you gotta check in when you come to the D.
Yeah, so it won't be no farewells, no good farewells going on around here.
I'm not messing with you. I'm not messing with y'all. Hey, if you like the content, hit the subscribe button, like the video, share the video, comment on the video. Hey, and if you want to get yourself some Prowl Nation gear, go on over to lionsontheprowlshop.com. Get yourself some Prowl Nation gear. I still, I got some of that stuff sitting around here. Always rocking some gear. I got that, what I had on yesterday. I got that. What up, though? You can get that thing over there. You can get yourself some Prowl Nation gear. So go over there and check it out at lionsontheprowlshop.com. We got shirts, we got hoodies, we got t-shirts, long sleeve, short sleeve, pins, leggings, whatever you want. If you want to start that new year and new you off right, ladies, and get yourself some Lions on the Prowl leggings, go over there and check that thing out on lionsontheprowlshop.com. Man, now it's time for one of my favorite parts of the show. It's time for us to zip our lip and hear what you had to say about yesterday's show. It's time for the comment cards, baby. Now, first up is my man, Kazoo Man. I used to mess with him. I used to call him Kazoo Man, like the little dude on the Flintstones, but it's Kazoo Man from Kalamazoo. Somebody must be paying the refs. I think so. Too many times the Lions get bad calls. That changes the outcome of the game. It has several instances, and it doesn't seem to matter if they try. Hey, some going to have to happen. Some going to have to give.
Right.
What you got, LL?
Right. Roger Rathburn says it will continue until Sheila Forehand walks into Roger Goodell's office and lights him up. Speaking on the family discussion topic yesterday, I believe it's gonna have to be along them lines. I think Dan Campbell should be the one to do it. He's big and he's scary sounding enough, so he can go in there and maybe raise some hell.
Yeah, but hold up though. Sheila for Hemp ain't no punk. Cause she pulled up on Matt Patricia to his house and let him smell her perfume. So, that's how
they fired him?
Yeah, she went that week before. She said if you don't win, you losing your job. She pulled up on him. Sheila for Hemp ain't no punk. She said, "Put some respect on my name."
Well, pull up then, Miss Sheila.
Sheila might have to pull up on Roger Goodell. What you got, Mike?
Yeah, man. That Kazoo, man, you know that always sound like Kazoo, man.
That always remind me of Martin, man. Hustle, man, better pick up the pieces. I mean, you know, I'm old school with it, man.
That's one of my all-time favorite Martin scenes.
Yeah. Joseph Murdoch says, "Hi, I had to laugh at the headline. Ref give Lions no respect in Seattle. Lions need to win, then they'll get some respect. Just win, that's it." I said the same thing. We're gonna have to start changing the narrative ourselves, not just the team, but the fans as well. Put pressure on the NFL. Stop that BS.
Yep, definitely.
I'm not gonna make that conversation, but it's a group of people who say, "Just leave us alone. You don't gotta bother." You know, they say, "Well, you gotta." They try to use respectability politics to make it seem like we deserve the treatment that we get. That's not right. But not to make it coincide with the Lions at all.
I feel you.
And that's what like I see you tapping your toe from Hustle Man. But Lyle Shaw says, "I don't care if a team," perfect response. "I don't care if a team loses every game for 2 years. Rules are rules. Nobody is perfect, but come on. When they show replays, even we can see it. Clean it up." Perfectly put, Lyle Shaw. Rules is rules, no matter who's losing the game.
Definitely. I feel you on that. Big friend of the show. You know he's on that Wall of Fame. Doug Prince 72 says, "Time to chill. We won 10 months. Hired a coach. Many players walked out the door. Ironically, the media only picked us to win 2 games. Okay, draw a line around the world. They got it right. But we lost 6 games by less than 7 points. And that's competing. Seattle did similarly, but we competed in all 6 games, 2 plays or less. That is a 9-8 season. I get what you're saying. If you look at it, we could have a lot better record, and it would just a lot of those games came down to 1 or 2 plays or the historically bad, the field goal thing when we lost on the last play of the game too many times this year. Yes, I included the tie, that end of the season record. That is a record we will all die for right now. And Aaron is going to the 49ers or Seattle. I believe that. I think he's going to go to San Francisco. I think that's the team that he wanted to draft him in the first place. He was upset when they drafted Alex Smith, and the Packers chose him because they still had Brett Favre. But I think he wants to go home to the Bay Area, and because he's from that that area out there. So I think he's going to go back to Southern.
Turner C. Burley says, "Now Aaron Rodgers would have a special place in future GOAT conversation if he took a 50-year losing team to Super Bowl for sure. He is not going to win. He's not going to get 6 Super Bowl wins." I know what he's saying, and yeah, if he came here and took us to the Super Bowl, man, he would have to be arguably the greatest player in the NFL history
of all time.
Of all time, like Muhammad Ali of all time. That's he would.
Yeah, but here's the deal. I want y'all to think about this before we move on to the next segment. For all the greatness and all the boogeymans and all the that's a bad man type of deal that love that he gets. Aaron Rodgers has been to 2 Super Bowls and lost 1. And it's been a long time since he's been to the Super Bowl. He's been a number 1 seed several times and hasn't made it back to the promised land. So I just let that soak in. It is what it is.
Lots of excuses on them playoff losses too.
Yeah, definitely. But hey, thank you for everyone for doing the comment cards, man. We really appreciate that.
Yep. Thank you all. Of course, throughout the show, leave those comments and we'll pick 6 of them to go on the next show. Shout out to those whose comments didn't make it, and that's shout out to Mark Reed, Jack Waters, Galloping Lake 6, Lyle Shaw, Lucas Kimball, and Austin Rich. Moving on from there, we're going to transition to everybody's favorite segment on this Game Preview Thursday, and that is the Dessert with our man Curt.
All right, Dessert with your man Curt is brought to you by Delightful Bites, custom cookies and desserts for any occasion. You still get this football special for right now. It's probably the last week because the regular season is going to be ending. You get 4 helmets, 4 logos of your favorite team, along with 4 footballs for $35. That's a dozen delicious cookies. They're pretty big size cookies. So go over and check it out. You can go to Delightful Bites on Facebook. If you want to drool and drool hard, go check out the TikTok and Instagram. I'm telling you, you're going to be hungry looking at that thing right there. Hey, them cookies look real good. And, I've tasted them myself, and they're some great cookies. So Delightful Bites, get your cookie on. Here is my dessert with your man Curt for today. The Lions closed the season with a lot to like about the future. And we're talking about what the league is saying about the Lions right now in the power rankings. A lot of people would pick them 31st, and that's the only one outlet has them 31st in their power rankings, and that's ESPN, because they have the second worst. Right now they're picking number 2. Saying the Jaguars has the worst record overall in the league, but you got Yahoo Sports has them at 30. You got CBS Sports got them at 29. NFL.com got them at 29. Monday Morning Quarterback over there at NBC got them at 29. You're looking at this team, and they're saying the big thing is that while they're not one of the, besides ESPN, that 31st in their power rankings, because of the coaching staff and what is the outlook for the future of the Detroit Lions. A lot of really young free talent, undrafted free agents, and the young talent pool from the rookie class that really shined this year. Even though some guys play inconsistently all year, but you look at how the end of the year, how Aleem McNeil has started to mature, how Amon-Ra St. Brown has really started to blossom. And you look at these guys, Craig Reynolds, the kind of untapped talent, was a practice squad player for years in the league and has made a stamp in Detroit. You look at the future in Detroit, and if Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes can hit some other home runs in this upcoming draft, that future is going to be bright. And looking at Dan Campbell and his staff, not next year, but in a couple of years, Detroit's going to be a free agent draw just because of the coaching staff.
Yeah.
So, that's it. But hey, with all that being said, I think the future is going to be bright in Detroit. We're going to have to be walking around here with our buffs on, what I'm saying, taking in those sun rays. But that's your dessert with your man Curt, brought to you by Delightful Bites. Delightful Bites, get your cookie on. All right, now it's time to walk on over to that wall of fame for the last time in the regular season. But, it's been a good trip. All right, first up, we got our bronze members. We got Detroit Drew. Man, thanks for sharing those pictures of that baby in the doggo chat, man. That always does my heart warm, man. She is a cutie pie, man, and congratulations on being a dad, man. I know you are loving all that stuff, man. We got Crystal Wiley in the building. John Kapler always holds down. He got good content over there. Go over there and check him out. Shane on the Insano. And we read his comment earlier, Doug Prince 72. Over in our server members, we got Jason Portis, Mr. Cap Ice Cold himself. Man, that dude be incognito over there in Lions Nation tonight. But I'll be checking you out, my dude. John Martin, Mr. Scotty the Bear, and Go Lions. And our Go members, we got Mr. Michael Huck, Mr. Reliable himself. Man, great hanging out with you yesterday in the Go members meeting, my dude. He's always hanging out and bringing some good stuff. Turner C. Burley, we got North End Ken, Just in the D, and the Doctor, Dr. Detroit. He is always in. To become a member of the Wall of Fame, click the Join Now button down in the description, man. And this was not free, but it costs you a little bit of cheddar, but you get some good perks to Go members meeting. You get those emojis and so much more. So go over and check it out in the description with the to become a member of the Wall of Fame. So now it is time for our final one of the year. It's time for the game predictions. Woo-wee. Tell me, my man, LL Cool Tones, you up first, my man. Who wins and what's the score?
Lions win this one 27-24. And
what?
yes. And
no, I was gonna say the same thing.
Well, there we go. So you know what's gonna happen. But also, big shout out and congratulations to my oldest niece. She got accepted to Eastern Michigan on a full ride for all 4 years. So big shout out to her. You know, she was kind of worried about it, but I'm probably the most optimistic person you'll meet with stuff like that. And I knew she was gonna do it, so she got it. She got that thing, and that's where it should be at. So congrats to you. The family loves you, and I'm super duper proud. I still remember the day when everybody was like, "Oh, she going to the hospital to have a baby," you know, like when she was about to be born. I still remember that day vividly. So just to see it from, you know, from there to on your way with a full ride. So, you know, we're very proud that we love you.
Definitely. So you got 27-24 Lions.
Yeah.
Like you got 27-24 Lions because you said that, right?
Right.
How in
right.
the hell did y'all still get a tie? God damn,
Oh.
y'all still tied.
Right. I mean, yeah, man. I surprisingly was thinking 27-24 in my head. Because I'm thinking like, okay, Aaron Rodgers is probably good for 3 touchdowns and a field goal on the road in Detroit. And I'm like, we're gonna do one better than that. We're gonna kick a field goal to win the game. Okay? A walk-off field goal to win the game, because that's the way the season should end. And
Right.
you know, and I believe it's gonna be a competitive game. And I just like to say, lastly, thank you to all the subscribers, all the fans, everybody who tuned in to the show all year long. We're not done. We're not done at all. We still gonna hit you, maybe reduce a little bit. But we still gonna hit you with some content. We still gonna report this news. And hey man, like, subscribe and share the content, man. And hey, we're gonna be back.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so my final score prediction for the game, I'm gonna say 24. I'm gonna say 24-21 Lions. So you get that 3-point gap. And we keep Crosby on the doggone sideline. I can't stand that dude either. For the Packers head kicker. But I think that the Lions can pull it out. I think that they'll definitely be that one 3-point score to win the game at the end. I like that ending. So 24-21 on a walk-off Riley Patterson field goal in for a field to go ahead and close out the year. Like Mike Jones said, we will be bringing you some reduced content. We're going to pick it up getting closer to the combine. There's not going to be a lot of Lions news is going to happen in between now and the combine. You look at it, exit interviews are going to be next week. You know, it may be some personnel changes, but as far as, you know, coaches or something like that, but I think that this staff is pretty much solidified. I don't think that maybe we may have 1 or 2 changes, but there's not going to be a lot of news, and we're not going to just bore you sitting around just talking about some BS. We ain't talking about that type of show, man. We're going to bring you some quality content. We ain't going to bring you no fluff. We're going to report the news when it happens and bring you some genuine news. But we're going to start our pre-draft coverage starting closer to the combine, so we don't burn you out with pre-draft stuff. So we'll get it started closer to the combine, and then we'll start looking at some in-depth first round, second round. Then we'll start doing some mock drafts. But we're going to let y'all chill, because we're going to chill and we're going to just relax and take it easy. You know, we'll do a little bit of coverage of the playoffs, but, you know, it ain't going to be nothing big. But, hey, we appreciate you guys right here on Detroit Lions Under Prowl. Thank you for everyone for watching the whole season, man. But it is Thursday, baby. And tomorrow, you know, tomorrow is Friday. Then, hey, it's Saturday, Sunday. Well, it is free for all Friday. So make sure you join us as we're live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. And, man, we're going to have a good time. You never know who's going to stop by. So click that button tomorrow and check us out on one of those platforms, and we're going to have some fun and get you ready for the game on Sunday. Hey, you know what you got to do now, man. You got to crumbs off your face, because I know you had a good old snack, and finish your drink and get back to work, baby. And whatever you do in life, you know what you got to do for us. You got to boss up, ball out, and be the best version of you that you can be. For my fellas, LL and Coach Mike, this is Curt Steele, and we will holla at you real soon. We love you, Jim.